Hello, Tarot and Astro aficionados. How has September been treating you? September kicked my ass, and it's not over yet. I'm here, having a beer, relaxing after a day of training. September, we've had Mercury retrograde. We've had 2 eclipses in Virgo. Virgo kicks your ass, and I have 5 planets in Virgo, so I had a lot of ass kicking going on. The good news is that Jupiter has moved from Virgo into Libra, and so that should be a breath of fresh air for us all. Jupiter is a little happier in Libra than it is in Virgo, so and also it will be focused on justice and relationships. So for each of your individual signs, I'll talk a little bit about how Jupiter might affect your sign and hopefully what's up for you for the next year, because it takes Jupiter a year to move through a whole sign. So we have a year of Jupiter in Libra happening, and it will be sextile Saturn instead of square Saturn, which means it'll be getting along with Saturn rather than fighting with Saturn. So that's good news. I'm hoping for some good news because, like I said, September kicked my ass. This whole year has kicked my ass. So we'll see how it turns out, and look forward to your forecast. Hi Aquarius, this is your reading for October. Jupiter has just moved into your 9th house, which is kind of Jupiter's house. So it's about faith, optimism, and inspiration, and it's also about gurus. So there's a lot of learning to be had. Jupiter wants to expand your learning. You may go back to school. You may find a guru. You may find someone who can teach you. The 9th house has to do with religion. It has to do with faith. So through most of this year, we had Jupiter was square Saturn, but now it will be sextile Saturn. So it's helping you amp up your belief system and what you really believe in and how that works in the world. And it's kind of like your work in the world, like walking your faith in the world. So you've got a year of that with Jupiter in Libra in your 9th house. So as far as your tarot reading, it's an interesting one. We start off with the 10, I never know where to hold these, the 10 of Swords. So this is an ending and a beginning and an ending. So something has ended and there's a new beginning. So with this card, you can feel happy that it's over and you're starting over, or you can just feel just dejected and really upset and not wanting to move on, whatever it is that's ended. Also here we've got the 3 of Swords. So you need to process what this was that ended, and you're missing some information. So you may be asking why, because there's a missing piece. It's like I feel like there's no closure or something. So you're still. It's like you haven't been able to let go because there's no closure, because there's still unanswered questions around this ending. We've got another sword here in the bottom position here in the what's the foundation. So okay, this is like being blind to the truth. And then we've got another card with a blindfold, and we have something about truth, and we have justice. And Jupiter is about justice, and it just went into your 9th house. So there's some kind of big truth of the matter, like capital T truth. Like, does God really love us? Is that true? Does God love us? Or are we just, ships upon the ocean being cast about by the waves, or however you want to say it? So it's time for you to confront these questions that may not have a clear-cut answer. But it's like you need to wrap it up. You need to wrap it up and answer these questions. And this justice is saying, what is the truth? What is your truth? What would you do if you knew there was no judgment from other people. If you knew you could just make the choice and it would be fine with how it turned out. So this is pretty heavy duty. I mean, this is, and this is all like on the mental plane. So it's all about your perspective and your viewpoint and your choices in the matter. So, like, once again, when I was talking about the beginning of this card, it's like somebody can have a parent die when they're very young and they get beyond it and they move on, or they can be 90 years old and they're still the person that their dad died and they never got over it. It's that kind of thing where one person chooses to see it one way and another person chooses to see it another way, and create a whole belief system around it. You know, the person that has lost the father and is upset may believe that they're not worthy of love and they've been abandoned, and that's their belief system, and so they go through life that way. Another person may see that it made them stronger, and they know that they're a strong and courageous person, and they go through life that way. So, and I'm getting messages from myself here. So, anyway, what's nice for you, Aquarius, is at the top we've got the Empress. So this is speaking to your creativity and your abundance in the world, and so everything's here for you. You know, everything's here for you, and this is a time to create. As I've said in some of the other readings, the beginning of this year, the whole first 9 months of this year has been very frustrating. We had Mars retrograde for many, many, many months. Then we went straight into a Mercury retrograde and a humdinger of an eclipse season, so there was a lot of stuff ending, and it was kind of like, okay, or am I going to get anything done this year? Am I going to get anything I want at all? So, but now is the time to move forward.